a wonderful story. When I was a little girl, I had a preacher named Jim Dyer, and he was an amazing orator. He was known all over the country. And one day we had this banquet where everybody had dinner and they went to the sanctuary, and we were all in the sanctuary, but this young guy who was about 19 years old went back to the banquet hall where the dirty dishes and stuff were, and he saw this older man crawling under the tables picking up trash. And it was Jim Dyer. And he went over there, his name was Jimmy Donovan, and he went over there and got down on his hands and knees and started picking up trash also. And there was not a word said for 20 minutes. And they picked up all the trash, and then finally Jim Dyer, this amazing older gentleman, stood up and he looked at Jimmy and he put his hand on his shoulder. He said, "Now you can become great." And today, I want to thank the people of Bethel, Atlanta who serve, because you are great. I want to applaud you because not only are you great, but all of heaven is watching you, and all of heaven calls you great. So thank you for your servanthood. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great story, Lindy. In fact, Jimmy Donovan, that young man who was under the table serving, went on to be president of Woodward Academy, president of Atlanta Christian College, and also then served as a pastor in that very same church,
Yeah.
and a great man of God. But I just thank you. My heart goes out to all those who serve. I think about Darrell, who comes in early and works so hard and so long, and there's so many that do that. And I dream for a church where it's not 20% of the people doing 80% of the work, kind of the old 20-80 principle, but that 100% are doing something. And it really looks like family. And in a family, usually you would have someone take out the trash, or one of the kids cleans up or does some dishes. There's really just a sharing in a family. And if one person wasn't doing something and everyone else was working, it would feel weird. It would create a problem. There would be somebody getting to talk to. So a real family has everyone sharing the load. And we're going to see that. We're going to see it where if someone's a part of the 300, the original 300, they're helping, they're sharing, they're bringing their strength. And our life story has been built around serving, and our destiny has been tied into serving. And a church plant we were at 25 years ago, there was no youth pastor, no youth team, and I remember one day a family came in with 3 beautiful girls. They were 14, 12, and 10. And I was sad in my heart because I thought, I bet they won't come back because we don't really have any youth pastoring for their children. And so we began to ask for youth pastor, please come up, please come up. No one would raise their hand, and Lindy started to raise her hand. I was not that excited about it. And we ended up meeting with 8 kids in a little tiny room off the women's bathroom. It was a very inauspicious start. But that youth group turned into something special, and hundreds and hundreds of kids came in our house, thousands over the years, and it was really where ministry got birthed in us. You might find that your destiny is birthed out of a need that you see in the church, and that you can either complain or walk away, or the Lord might be having you see it and your heart drawn to it because it's part of your call and part of your destiny. And so that youth group is in our hearts forever. We wouldn't be here as senior leaders without Lindy responding to that youth group. So we just have a heart for volunteers, and I know that the Lord does. And so we thank you and welcome you into that process.